Welcome back to the Benign Brujo channel, where we do tarot any day, anywhere, anytime. Today is March 31st. It is a Thursday. It is the new moon in Aries. The sun is in Aries, the moon is in Aries, Mercury is in Aries, and we have 3 planets in the sign of Aquarius. So off bat, hold it together. I'm trying to hold it together. I need y'all to hold it together. Let's hold each other accountable during this chaotic, hot, aggressive period of time, if you will. I'm your favorite intuitive reader, witch, and quantum Reiki healer, the Benign Brujo. I really wanted to make sure we had some kind of follow-up from Monday's reading. I was gonna do it on Wednesday for the day of Mercury, but because now we are in a really solid base of energy that it's promising, it's mad promising, but it could feel really icky in this transition. I'm seeing a lot of people get into a lot of arguments, a lot of falling outs, a lot of really hurtful breakthrough moments, a lot of painful breakthrough moments, a lot of self-reflection. I remember in the reading that we did on Monday, it was calling for a lot of reflection. What ideologies are no longer working for your highest good and the things you're trying to manifest. A lot of us are learning that we're manifesting generators and are really realizing you speaking things into existence is a real thing. So with Mercury being in Aries, I would say watch what you say. Think about what you're saying and be intentful about what you're saying. That's very important right now. I'm seeing a loss of jobs in this time, a lot of breakups in this time, a lot of breakups to makeups in this time. I'm seeing a lot of mental health issues popping up, being aggressive in those mental issues and the behaviors of those things. My timeline and the questions that I've been getting from friends from readings about how to go about certain things. It's starting to look like if you're gonna include someone in something, make sure you know you. Because if you get around someone who doesn't know them, then that can cause a lot of aggression. I think I've had, 2 or 3 readings this week for clients and friends that were very back and forth. And, and some of that stuff kind of hits home personal also. So it's kind of energy does not lie. You really just have to be aware of what's happening, be aware of how you're affecting the areas of which you are interacting with, the people you're interacting with, why that's important, why you being different, seeing things from different perspectives are different or are important. Yeah, let's get into this reading. I'm excited to see what messages pop out for today. Remember that Thursday is a great day for money. If you've been without, but you've been aggressively looking for a job, or you've been aggressive with trying to change your ideals, I'm hearing the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles. And it's funny because those are some of the same cards that popped out in the reading on Monday. But a lot of people are really trying to figure out how to make it do what it do. And I can see a sense of anger, wondering why it's not happening because you're doing everything that you can to make it work or make it do what it do. And some stuff just needs time. You can only do so much. You can only give so much of your energy and time to things before you burn out. So let's not do the burnout. It's okay to keep going and keep trying, but don't lose yourself in the process, or don't think any less of yourself because things aren't going the way that you want them to go. I hope that this video uploads right in the angle of which I'm doing things. I don't know how to edit or make sure the videos are in the right format, or turning them around and flipping them and stuff like that. So this is the best way for me to go right now. So I hope you guys haven't been bothered by that. Ooh. Okay. So like, I'm not gonna. Sometimes I'll be that person that'll pull out a couple cards, and then we'll go through it together and break down those things. But all the way I read this is very different. I literally see story, like a storyline of some sort, and the energy that's going on right now is like you have some things that you really love. There's something in your life that's missing because you're not doing what you love. You kind of need to get in circles where that allows you to be yourself and allows you to like live in these things that you love, walking away from ideology. Like I said earlier, walking away from ideology and things that don't matter. The one thing I like to say about the Six of Swords, especially in the Golden Thread Tarot, is like, you're worried about this ship, right? And in worrying about this ship, you have these 6 swords in the ship. Now, I'll tell you what, because you see the swords in the ship, if you pull it out, if you're worried about pulling them out, if you're looking at every little thing that's wrong with the ship, outside of the fact that it's still floating with these swords in the ship, right? If you pull out these swords in the ship, the ship is going to sink. The boat is going to sink because you have now let holes be in the ship. And I'm seeing 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Okay, so angel number 2, 3, 4, make sure y'all look that up when y'all looking at this and see what that means for you. If you're worrying about too many of the other stipulations in your life, it's always gonna cause conflict. If you're worried here, it's gonna show in your physical life because of how you're battling with that. It's not gonna help, especially in relationships. If you're looking for every little thing, you can't be happy. It's gonna require work. And I feel like Aries season is literally all about that right now. And I feel kind of poked by spirit, like, hey, like, you're telling them this, but make sure you're doing this. And I'm like, okay, but it's almost like we're scared to go forward blindly because we don't want to look like the goofy. Like, how do you stay present without worrying? And the reflection of like being new, there's a freeness that, or a newness that comes with that freeness, a sort of ignorance that doesn't make you dumb or make you a lack of. But if you embrace that and put work behind that, good things will happen. I love that the 5 of Wands is up here, and on at the end of that, the 7 of Wands is at the bottom of that. So if you put in the work that comes in between this connection of that, it's giving yes. It's giving yes. This is the love you want. This is the love you need. You have to let go of things that are keeping you from doing that. And then just reminding you of that, referring to stand on what you say you want. Stand on your manifestation, stand on the plan, stand on your feelings. You know what I mean? And there's a way of, like, even in Aries energy, there's a way of like saying what you need to say without being an asshole, okay? And we swear here on this channel, so I hope that, you know, my spiritual gangsters align with the tribe because I'm not a soft-spoken person. There's a way for you to take care of your feelings and expressing them without being an asshole. Is it worth even the explanation? How can you keep it harmonious in this bitch? How can you keep it peaceful without asserting your aggression or the things that have made you aggressive on someone else? How can you make that worth it? How can you make that tangibly worth it? Where there's a fresh start, where there's things coming in, where there's an abundance upon the balance. The emotional balance. And like I said, there's a lot of work things going on with some people that needs to be worked out. A foundation, a new foundation that needs to be worked, that's tangible with self and like what you're trying to manifest. I don't see, the only blockage I see is worry. Sorry, that's just say worry and past things that you are letting sit in your etheric body, subconscious fears. You know, the big message for today is that Fear does not. Fear exists, but it's just an illusion. It's just an illusion. It is just an illusion. And I'm only saying that over and over again because a lot of the arguments that may be coming up around this time, you know what I'm saying, can be coming from the illusion of that. But there's an illusion and then there's a higher knowing. A higher knowing of knowing self, a higher knowing of knowing better, a higher knowing of getting to it, that you can be, you know, what you need to be in yourself. You need to be able to create something new beyond what you've seen or what has been shown to you. And it's okay to like have a sense of urgency to shield yourself, to be protected, but when in doing so, you can actually create more harm than anything. And I love that on the other side of this, the things that need to be pointed out is like your fears, your inability to listen to your intuition, but going with like things that feel good. I think you really need to make sure you're nourishing your spirit. If you're having trouble with jobs right now, you need to be like spending your every waking moment like getting to the bag in any way you can. And it's okay to like be aggressive and things of that nature, but like not hate everything else around you because it's easier to do so. Because that's not cute, and we keep it cute on this channel, okay? We keep it cute on this channel. Some of you are kind of stuck in old ways of thinking, kind of stubborn. You think like, there's almost like the Hierophant card is like speaking through the King of Pentacles. There's like, you think there's a way of going about it, and because it's not happening in the way you thought it would go, that it's not happening right, and that can also be a major blockage for you. To being too reliant on yourself, your practicality and caution overall with the King of Pentacles can keep you from seeing the abundance that is actually developing in your life, the change that is happening in your life. It may not look like much now, but there's good things coming to those who wait, those who are persistent with making sure they know how to manage. Some of it is about changing your perception, your perspective. The card that I got at the end of it was the Three of Wands. And it's kind of like the Two of Wands is very much like, hey, there's a duality here. There's a give and take. There's a choice that needs to be made. There's the world in my hands, and I need to figure out what I want to do with it type stuff. But the biggest message that they have for you is to stay focused, to have strength, to see things with a bigger picture, be in a sense of common sense, and be dedicated to like your goal. Like, go get that shit. You can actually do this. The biggest advice that they had on Monday, leading up to this point, was the Strength card. And I find it so ironic how even in the readings that I do for the collective, like I kind of try to like ask Spirit, make sure that like I'm giving a message to them and not giving a message to me. And it's so icky that like overall, like the readings have been like playing themselves out. And I find that highly ironic. Excuse me, 2 seconds. Thirsty. I want to see what else they have. Spirit, is there anything that you want them to know about the remainder of the week? Anything they need to know about their manifestations? Any advice to help them manifest properly? For the time being, these will be my faves to read from. I don't have like a all my cards with me, but these are my baddies. We be talking. We done made some things happen around here. Shout out to Spirit. And don't forget the next major lunar cycle. When I say major, I always go like by new moon and full moon. I really talk to my witches more so when we talk about waning, you know what I'm saying, waxing, because those are, you know, times where we do cleanser magic, banishing magic, or magics that where we're trying to bring something in. Remember that today is the day of money. So if you're trying to manifest with the job or grab some type of funds, today is the day to do so. If you think that there's something blocking you from getting money right now outside of your control, I would recommend doing a bath of some sort, a road opener spell for sure. Especially when like I keep my maintenance together and do a lot of mirror spells. I don't know what type of energy people send to me on a regular basis. I just know that it's not always good. And because I know that it's not always good, and I try to operate from a place of positive intent, knowing that not everybody does, when it comes to my spiritual maintenance, I stay loaded, I stay cleansed. I'm always throwing energy back at whoever is sending it to me that I didn't ask for. So that's a big tip when it comes to your money manifestations and how people see you progressing. You know what I mean? Because people love to send energy and not know how ganged up you are on a spiritual level, or where your ancestors are, or the spirits that guide you. And sometimes people just don't know, like, their negative spirit just sends out. And some of us are energetic sponges and will receive that unknowingly. I just saw 1717. Somebody write that down. 1717. Let me write that down myself. We had 2, 3, 4, 17, 17. I'm gonna shuffle like 3 more times because there was a message and they're like, yeah, you're not done yet. I thought I was just tired of shuffling, and I got this poke in my shoulder like, yeah, chill out, keep going. And I was like, okay, all right. See, that cup was spicy. So yeah, let's just, ooh, okay, we got the, ooh, okay, we got the, ooh, wowzers. Wait a second, wow. Listen, okay, I know I just put out a lot of cards, okay? I'm gonna make this make sense. I'm gonna make it make sense, I swear, I promise. I love this, I love this. I love this. Oh my God. This is very, very interesting. I'm seeing love. I'm seeing duality. I'm seeing, oh my gosh. How do I say, how do I say this? So first off, the biggest thing that people need to do, or the collective that is, you know, receiving this message that needs to do, is making sure that they receive. They need to be on the receiving end of life. You know what I mean? Because right now, you're feeling very, very new, like very much like the Fool card encompassed again up here. You're like, okay, like, how do I go with new ideas and new beginnings? You know what I mean? Some of y'all feel like y'all jumping in stuff too soon, or you don't have enough confidence at this moment, and it's either going to hurt you or you are going to hurt somebody. So it's like, there are things you can walk away from, but it doesn't seem like it's the thing that you're working toward. It's more so what came before, what you're working toward, that you need to walk away from. And you got to do it fast, because if you don't, it could be the thing that cuts it, period. Like, and there is a decision that you're going to have to make. I saw the judgment card pop up earlier. You have to be in a sense of like feeling and being grounded and being okay with change, and seeing the abundance behind that change and the emotional fulfillment that will come with that change. But you got to listen to your intuition. What are you not listening to? What are you choosing not to see, or what are you choosing not to hear, is what I'm getting. Because down here it's saying that you can really have everything you want. Down here it's like, bitch, you bussin'. Down here it's like, yes. Here's the downside of that. Wait, no, hold on. So the good side of this is there is a decision that has been made after, like, either that has been or will be made. There's been like a lot of discourse, a lot of what the fuck, and it's come in really fast. It's like it's here. You're gonna deal with it or you're not. You're gonna deal with it or you're not. Okay. And in dealing with that sector of life, you know what I'm saying? You're getting the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Moon. And they're like, you can have what you want when you want if you listen to yourself. I'm saying 222. Wow. Hold on. Gotta write that down. Wow. 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 They're asking for balance, guys. They're asking for balance. 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 And they're doing it again with the Six of Cups popping out again. And they're saying, you know, with all of this being said, all this greatness, they want to remind you that the harmony and the love that you're trying to build right now is very fucking possible. Okay? It's very fucking possible. It can be very solid. You can be very solid. He can be very solid. She can be very solid. This work can be solid. Your mindset has to be solid. You can have what you want. The Nine of Cups is like, the Nine of Cups is right here, the Ten of Cups is right here, the Two of Cups is right here, the Six of Cups is right here. And they're like, hey, you're worried about the wrong shit, okay? You're worried about the wrong shit. Wow. Come through. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'm here for this. I am here for this, okay? Like I said, there's a decision that needs to be made, or you have made it, and you need to know that by making these decisions, you need to stay harmonious in your tone and what you're doing and how you're planning. If you're doing any planning, you need to be doing planning, period. Or else you're gonna be very without, and it says on a money front, but also on an emotional front. You need to be in a mode to receiving the love that you want, the love that you're working so hard for. You have to be able to receive that love too. You have to be able to receive help. Not everything can be done by yourself. You cannot do this by yourself, but you can make it happen. You can manifest these things. I'm for whatever reason, I'm hearing Hannah Montana's "Life's what you make it, so let's make it right. Let's make it right." Yeah, judge me if you want to, but that's a word, okay? Judge me if you want to, but that's a word. Stop playing with me, okay? The King of Wands is really about a champion a champion of possibility over responsibility, in my opinion. Being confident. I just told you earlier, y'all not feeling real confident right now. Y'all just going with the flow and trying to make it seem like you can make it do what it do, and feel like you don't need nobody, but you need maturity. You need to regulate your passions. You need to see life in a better splendor than like what it's been, because it's been kind of shitty and it's been really hard and aggravating, but there's so much more abundance and life and harmony on the other side of that. I'm saying 252. 252. That's 234 17 17 222 and 252. I need y'all to write those down and address those at a later date. The one thing that they want you to know about that, being the champion, being a generous leader, being expansive, being a person about your bag, being a person about your ideas, making your life what you want it to be, again, there is work. There is work to do. And I guess Aries season is really, 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 really about this. I've never seen the Eight of Pentacles pop out in a reading or readings in a span of time so much. Spirit is like work. There is work to do. And if you don't do it, it won't get done. I'm seeing 252. Why am I saying 252 again? Again. Okay, so we're gonna put an asterisk sign in my reading notes today, ×2. So there's an emphasis behind the angel number of 252. The High Priestess popped up again. And it is very much you operating through your higher self. You listening to your higher self. Journaling, keeping quiet, keeping a deeper knowing. You know what I'm saying? Mystery. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be all secretive or nothing like that, but it's nice to keep note of things that are happening, you know, and just for process, for exploration of transformation, or the process of transformation, how have things worked. I'm saying 262. 262. And they're really screaming today. I don't normally get these reading or numbers when I'm like doing readings for people, and I think that's funny. But so there are messages within messages within messages within this reading and the angel numbers that you guys have been getting today. I really, really do love you guys. I am kind of blown by this reading. Just give yourself time with such a strong planetary combination of energies and how conflicting they can be. It's like hot and cold. You know what I mean? Aquarius being like the air, and like it's fire, and it's air, and it's fanning. You're only adding on to the fire at this point. The shit that's changing you're only adding to the fire at this point. So what are you adding to the fire? What does that look like to you? Questions of the day. What does it look like to you when you are adding on to the fire? How can you make it keep you warm instead of keeping it? No, how can you keep it warm? How can you keep the fire going to keep you warm and not to burn you? There we go. Sorry. I was like, what? What are you trying to get me to say? 'Cause it's not coming out right. How can you fan the fire to keep you warm instead of fanning the fire to burn you? That is what we need to be looking at this week. What we need to be looking for the month. It being the new moon in Aries, I need you guys to really be manifesting for the remainder of the month what you want it to look like. For some of us who, celebrate through like the equinox and it being the first new moon after the equinox, this is kind of the beginning of the year for some of us, depending on what kind of calendars you follow, what kind of branch of magic you use. So please be careful in knowing those things. Be mindful. Take some time to journal, reflect, especially in your manifestations, especially with the High Priestess coming in at the end of the reading. But that is what I have for you guys today. I love you so much. I will see you guys later this week, probably on Sunday or Monday. I said this week, yeah. Probably like Sunday. We'll do like a quick reading or whatever, if I can get to it. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching.